anything that we're in like prime like spoopiness. I released spoopy merch for the night shift.
You know what?
Yeah.
What if we, after this 1v1, we hold off on the next one until we have some rules in place?
Yeah, but
because the following week, then we can release an extra spoopy video.
We could do an extra spoopy video. I'm good with an extra spoopy video.
Like where it's just 1 week off. It'll give us time for the three of us to sit down and actually establish some rules.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll help editing Derek also remember to put the belt up in the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So you know who the reigning champ is during the entire time. But
yeah.
you know,
now that I've got access to my computer again, I'm gonna work on. I want to do like some fancy graphics for the belt itself, like an animation and shit. I thought that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can work that out. Hopefully this week. We'll see. I don't know, dude. Fuck, this hurricane has fucked my entire life. Here's something that people don't talk about with hurricanes and people. The change in air pressure messes with your head. You feel like when you get like say like 8 hours in the water in the ocean or in the pool or something like that, and you get out and your head feels just like woozy and your legs don't work right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You kind of got sea legs. That's kind of what it's like. And you also get these fucking headaches out of nowhere.
Oh. Yeah, no. I was watching the news and I don't remember. So it was some meteorologist. He looked scared out of his mind. This is when it was still a Cat 5, and they were saying, if allowed, if there was a Cat 6 option, this would be a Cat 6. So this was before landfall.
Yeah.
And in like the barometric pressure was like 0.
Dude.
In the eye. Like I was like, what?
Yeah. We got so damn lucky with this hurricane and the previous one. The previous one, I was up in Salem, I wasn't like, we flew out the morning it made landfall, like a couple hours before on the other coast.
Man.
And we were nowhere near it. Unfortunately, the people that we were with in Salem, Brooks and Avery, they live in Nashville. Like they just got back to their home in the past couple of days. They still don't have clean water yet, but they've got power. And one of Brooks's jobs is just gone. He works as a bartender. I can't remember the name of the bar that lost, but one of the ones that he works at is gone. So
man,
yeah, if you want some more updates about what we were doing in Salem, Brooks and his friend Mario, who is also with us, they have a podcast. It's called Mails from the Crypt. It's all about horror movies, haunted houses, stuff like that. They're putting up an episode together for our trip to Salem and all the shenanigans that we got up to up there. But this one, Milton, I am very fortunate in the aspect of we were at the southern end of it, and we got the order to evacuate Monday afternoon and get out there by Tuesday night was the cutoff time. Yeah, and I'm very fortunate. We were able to get the cats, get them packed up, and basically evacuate to my brother's house. I've talked about my brother's house before. He got extremely fortunate with something that was basically abandoned, and this house has been there for 40 years. It's gone through like 8 different hurricanes. It's over a dozen feet above sea level. There's a canal behind it. There's like it's, if there's going to be a safe place to be, it's his house. It's 3 stories, solid concrete block foundation, and a metal roof. So, like,
okay,
if there's a place to ride out a hurricane, it's my brother's house.
Well, and I'm assuming we're recording, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Like if let's say apocalyptic end of it, where you have to like wait out like a month before you can really get anywhere. You have a canal for water. Like, you have means of survival there still beyond just the initial, like, get out of the way of the hurricane.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, we were set up for however long it needed to be. You know, we had the generator, a couple extra, cans of gas to run it if we need it for at least a couple of days. Plenty of dry food, propane tanks out the ass for the grill. Like, we were stocked up, ready to roll. Nothing to worry about for us. Plenty of water. And he's on well water too. So,
oh, good.
yeah.
Wow. Like, not everybody was as fortunate. So if you can donate, there's a lot of organizations that are helping out right now. Red Cross being one of them.
Yeah.
If you can, obviously, and anything helps. Monetary isn't always a way to help. My company and a few others they banded together and put out water and clothes and things like that for when Helene hit, and they're already starting to do it now for Milton too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we're gearing up at my work too, or at least that's what the plan was before Milton hit, to go hit up North Carolina and start helping out with some of the repairs and the cleanup. But Milton kind of sidetracked us for a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm just glad everybody's okay though.
Yeah, it's thankfully, very few casualties reported as of right now. And you would not know that following it on TikTok with all of the bad shit Floridians who were just going to ride out the storm like the fucking nut jobs that we are down here. I was following one very closely who was in his apartment in Tampa for like, he was putting out an update like every 2-3 hours of just being like, well, I can't go now because now the elevator doesn't work. And I'm like, however many stories in the air.
Elevators will fail if there's too little of temperature hitting them or too much. So like pressure as well.
Yeah.
So I could see the elevator being like, nah, we ain't working, fam. This ain't it. We're going to wait it out and you need to reset us.
Yeah. The darling of the hurricane for Florida that connected with so many people, Lieutenant Dan, the gentleman who had nothing but a boat to his name, been reported alive and well.
Yeah, I think his boat survived too. So good on you, Lieutenant Dan. Good on you.
But, at least now we can just fully embrace spoopy season before another hurricane hits me and sidetracks us for however long.
Yeah. I was prepared though. Yay. I'm downloading something, audience, and it just finished.
Yeah, that's a surprise
Hooray.
for later.
Yeah. No, I'm happy that this it ended up. It's still devastating, but it could have been way worse for everyone. And I believe that we got lucky, and it's time to start waking up and figure out a way to actually combat climate change. Ooh, you can't say that, can you? In Florida, you're not allowed to say that. Didn't DeSantis delete that term from existence?
Yeah, from the school books, he eliminated it because he's a goddamn dumbass. I love this narrative that's erupting now, that now Democrats have the power to control the weather. Yeah, before we were snowflakes too weak to do anything, and now we're, devil worshipping Satanists that have the power to create hurricanes.
Well, when you need to make your enemy, which they shouldn't be enemies, but in the first place, but when you need to make your enemy look horrible, you need to make them both look weak and strong at the same time. It's the fascist playbook. They've been doing it for decades. So
it's right. It's page 1.
Yeah, there's always a scapegoat, and apparently we're all part of the X-Men. So
hey, I'm all for that. I got dibs on Cyclops. I know people give him a lot of hate, but dude pulls.
I mean, he does pull. Like,
Yeah.
wait, okay. So I have to ask then,
Mm-hmm.
which version of Cyclops?
X-Men 97.
Damn. Okay,
Yeah.
that was a good one. That was a good
Dude,
one.
that superhero landing he did with the eye blast. Yeah, come on.
Yo.
That was money.
Um.
Backup Gambit.
Yeah, I can see that. I think Walsh would also pick Gambit as his first, probably.
I mean, he is probably like the coolest of the X-Men.
Yeah, I think for me, it'd probably be Logan.
The most badass.
I think it's more because of my temperament at times,
Yeah.
but otherwise Magneto. He's not an
Ooh.
X-Man technically, but yeah, he has been, I guess.
Yeah, he has been.
Give me that Michael Fassbender look.
Ooh, that's a good look. That's a damn good look.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, speaking of X-Men, we just watched because we were having to rely on physical media and downloaded stuff. Got a legal download of See No Evil, James McAvoy, Professor X.
Yeah. How is that?
It's all right. It definitely got like the Hollywood treatment for American audiences because it's a Dutch remake.
Yeah.
But it's all right. It very much is like one of those cautionary tale type of things where anytime you're watching like a horror movie and you're like seeing the red flags and you're screaming, get out. It's one of those.
Now, didn't they already remake that once for American audiences? This is not the first time.
I don't know. What I read on like Wikipedia, the original Dutch one came out in like 2022.
Okay, I'm thinking a different one then.
Yeah, I mean, we remake shit all the time. That's just what we do in America.
Well, yeah, because it's easier than trying to get them to watch the original. Fucking The Ring.
Yeah. Departed.
Oh god. Yeah, Departed. Old Boy.
Oh, dude, Old Boy was the worst one.
The original's so good.
Yeah, it is.
So good.
One thing that we have not done that with is the Great British Bake Off.
I think that's coming. I think that's coming.
I don't think you can improve on that original. I don't think you should mess with that formula at all.
All right, hear me out. This is right off the top of my head. So, the Food Network, if you're listening, you can have this, but I need to see like Night Off on a wall, like in the background. All right. You find like 8 to 10 Louisiana like good old boys, and you give them all a griddle and a roll of duct tape and maybe like a stick, and those boys will go out and get everything they need to bake you whatever it is you want. It might have crawfish in it and gator, but you know what? Sometimes you need a little gator in your cheesecake. So yeah.
That might also be paired well with Gator wine, which is also taking the internet by storm right now. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
No, I have not.
It's equal parts light blue Gatorade and the cheapest red wine you can find.
That sounds absolutely gross.
Doesn't it sound just completely distasteful?
I think that would make me vomit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like red wine. Why would you ruin it?
Because people ruin things. That's just what we do. We find something and we make it just awful. We turn things from a dream into a nightmare. And that's going to lead us into WrestleDream, Derek.
Good, because I was about to say that's some lightweight shit. If you're gonna, if you want to go for real with that, you need to do some fucking like Incredible Hulks, man. You need to get you some Hennessy, some fucking Hypnotic. You mix those two, fucking drink that shit.
Dude, I will never do that again. I will never do that again. That is the last time I puked from drinking. I'm never going back to that.
Oh man, yeah. You'll have some fun. Let me tell you, you will do and say things you never expected to say and do.
It is not a good mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to talk about the pay-per-view from the weekend, AEW WrestleDream, booked by Freddy Krueger because it was not so much of a dream. It ended as a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how much of the show did you catch?
I was only able to see highlights.
Okay. I was in and out because, we were having power fluctuations, so I missed some moments here and there. Like the pre-show, I completely missed like the first two matches, which had Atlantis Jr. versus Brian Cage for the ROH men's TV title. Brian Cage
Yep.
got strapped up as a result of that. Good for him. Dude's money. Like, he's just one of those workers that you're like, okay, you're going to be mid-card, but goddamn, in the 80s, you would have been a main eventer.
Yeah, seriously. His build, man. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Second, we had Anna Jay versus Harley Cameron. Once again, Anna Jay showing off she is just improving this past year. If you want to talk about wrestlers that have gotten like leaps and bounds better over the course of 12 months, Anna Jay is a prime example of someone who is just working her way up the ladder. I'm very happy for her. Get her some more TV time soon.
Yeah, I watched the highlights of that match, and I was really surprised at how well that match went compared to her previous one. She's just been rising.
Yeah, all for it. Then Acclaimed versus MXM Collection with the surprise appearance by Rico. Throwback to the TNA days of Billy and Chuck and their gay marriage. Didn't see that one coming. Just didn't see that one coming. I kind of hoped that MXM would have taken this one personally. They're heating up so good right now that I want to see them I want to see them on TV more and more. They're so much fun.
Yeah, my personal opinion is we're going to see the Acclaimed with the belts sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the direction we're headed in right now.
Quite possibly. My only thing with that is I feel like the Acclaim need something more right now. They've kind of been spinning their wheels for the past several months, and I don't know what you do. You can't really change their gimmick too much because what they have works for them, but they need something else. I don't know if it's just they need a new angle or a hot feud or something like that to heat them back up, but I think you're right. They could be strapped up in no time.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like it's been kind of at a standstill for a while, a few weeks at least, and I don't know. I think it needs to be something in ring that really pops out, like a moment in ring. That might even change up, maybe not their gimmick necessarily, but maybe kind of how their flow is in ring.
Yeah, something to mix it up.
Something, yeah.
And then the last thing on the pre-show, we had Outrunners with Conglomeration versus Dark Order and the Premier Athletes. This is when I was able to actually tune in. This is just fun. This was like, this is the payday match where like, okay, you're not on the main show, but we're still going to get you a payday for the pay-per-view and get as many people on the card as possible. And it was still just fun. I mean, Orange Cassidy perpetually over. Outrunners, youngest men alive, are living the gimmick, and God, these guys are so money. They are so much fun. Yeah. God, they're good.
I mean, they're going to give you at the very least a good show. Like, and so far, it's been nothing but up with them. I only watched a couple highlights from this.
Yeah, but highly sports entertained from these two gentlemen.
Yeah.
And then, like, straight into the main card, coming out like a fucking cannon, Hangman Adam Page versus Jay White. This match fucked. Like, this match fucked hard. And Jay White got the win. I'm all for this. This is great. This is continuing the story of Hangman, like, falling short anytime it's not somebody that he's, like, actively angry against, like Swerve. Like Swerve is his prime focus, and anybody else kind of like will get the one up on him because he's still carrying that hatred.
I'm actually really liking that right now, to be honest with you, with Dynamite and everything. I like seeing Hangman not be able to let go. And I like this angle of like, he's going to find out at some point that he needs to change himself.
Yeah.
Maybe not, become friends with Swerve or nothing, but get over it to some degree.
Yeah.
Zen himself up.
I love this character of him right now being a heel who was never actually in the wrong until he burnt down Swerve's house.
Yeah.
Like this powerful, angry vengeance that he has about him. I love. And like the two of these guys in the ring together, just fucking magic. Did you see the finish with the reversal of the buckshot into the Blade Runner?
Into the Blade Runner? Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
so
I did.
smooth. God, Jay White is just like, he's the perfect counter wrestler.
Mind you, again, I only watch highlights, everybody, but that was one of the big highlights that kept popping up in my feed over and over. Popped up on my TikTok and everything. Like, that shit slapped, dude. That shit fucking slapped.
Yeah. Once again, like, Hangman proving why he's a genius as a wrestler. Like, the dude just does everything so goddamn well. And when he's got a partner like Jay White or Swerve, they make magic happen.
That was the other thing that I saw on one of the highlights was the crowd was chanting Swerve's name during the match.
Well, they were in Tacoma, Washington, home state pride.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Have we got an update on him, though?
Yeah, he was at the show.
He was? Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We had, following Hangman and Jay White opening up the AEW Women's Championship, Mariah May versus Willow. Unfortunately, I missed part of this because this was when, power fluctuations. Fun.
Understandable.
Thank you, FPL. But I was able to catch a decent chunk of this. This was kind of like one of the matches that Mariah May needed for her run. Unfortunately, her run has been kind of lackluster so far, in my opinion. And that's just, like, she hasn't had like a storyline for people to bite onto. But this match, this is a match that she needed for her title run. Willow and her just tore the house down.
Dude, I love Willow Nightingale. Like, I honestly believe she needs to have the belt on her.
Absolutely.
I don't know when they're going to do it, but I think that's inevitable, personally.
Yeah, like, she is a born star. Like, she is one of those people that people are just going to cheer for because she's so infectious with her energy, And
it's one of those talents that AEW does seem to know how to use. And even if they maybe maybe not use her to her full potential, she comes out and shines anyways, to the point where it's hard not to enjoy a show she's in.
Yeah, like
the last few pay-per-views she's been in, it's been like, it fucking slapped every match she's been in.
Dude, she has got like that power to get the crowd amped just with her entrance. The second her music hits, the crowd is on her side.
I love it.
Too good. Then following that, we had TNT Championship, Jack Perry versus Shibata. This is all right. Shibata, like, he's so goddamn talented, and Jack Perry, like, okay, so the heel turn isn't working out quite so well at this point. They need to do something with him to heat him up again. But it was meh, whatever. The real story of this is at the end of the match, immediately Daniel Garcia comes out to make the save because Jack Perry's about to beat down Shibata after the bell. Daniel Garcia gets out there. Immediately following that, MJF comes out there to batter Daniel Garcia, and he lets out, "Oh, hey, I tracked down where you pawned off my diamond ring to, and now you're going to kiss it." Music hit. Adam Cole, baby. He's back, and now he's a face again because wrestling.
Of course.
Yeah. Looking in great shape. Looks like he's been hitting the weights a little bit. He's starting to put on some mass. Love to see it. Crowd ready to shout out, fucking Adam Cole, baby. And I'm here for it. Let's run this back. Let's let these guys fucking tear each other apart.
Dude, I feel like this is kind of how you use Daniel Garcia to keep him relevant. I didn't see the match itself, but from watching the highlight here right now, like, that ending is what really stood out.
Yeah.
and Adam Cole is fucking jacked right now.
Yeah, he's been putting on the weight, and I'm all here for it. Like,
holy shit.
Yeah, get me yoked Adam Cole, baby.
Dude. Like, so Perry kind of from what I've seen on Dynamite and everything, Perry has kind of, it feels like it's been kind of, I don't want to say stalling yet, but it's starting to reach that point.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs to do something crazy, like, I don't know, maybe attack the Bucks.
Yeah, anything. I want to see him. He's done like a handful of like transgressive things in the beginning of his heel turn, and when he came back from New Japan, I want him to push that farther, and I think that will at least cement this heel turn. Because if he doesn't do something soon, he's gonna end up turning face again, and then he's gonna be a white meat baby face, and nobody's gonna give a shit about him again.
Yeah. But I mean, it's wrestling, bro.
Yeah, it is. It's
like,
wrestling.
It's wrestling. Like, he can always go back.
Yeah. Now, this is where we get to the point where the show just took like a left turn into, like, we're no longer on the highway speeding. We're on a fucking Autobahn where there is no speed limits, because we had the 3-way match for the International Championship: Will Ospreay, Ricochet, and Konosuke Takeshita. Holy hell, this was all gas, no brakes. Fucking Ricochet finally, like, full gear. Like, dude, like, this is where people have been like, where has he been? And this is the answer. This is where Ricochet, like, finally, like, kicked it into, like, oh no, let me prove to you why I am here and why I deserve to be here. And Ospreay and Takeshita did not slouch at all in this match. Oh, and he finally got gear that doesn't look stupid anymore. He put on the trunks.
Dude, Ricochet did a 450. What the fuck? Dude,
the combination of these guys together, pure, like, wrestling euphoria.
Well, I feel like this is where Ricochet actually belongs, man. Like, I know people were worried. Even I was worried initially on his entrance into AEW. But, like, especially, like, after that, like, was it Mortis or whatever? After that match, I was cemented. I was like, yep, no, he fucking belongs here. And this only proves it more true.
Yeah. Like,
just from the highlights.
Yeah. Like, each one of his matches that he's had since he, jumped ship over to AEW has, like, had at least one really solid highlight. And the rest of the match was like, okay, you can see it seems like you're lagging a little bit behind some of these other guys. This is where he, finally kicked in to, like, oh no, let me show you why everybody should never doubt me again.
Man. And Takeshita, man.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's shined.
Dude. Holy shit.
He looked like a beast in this match, and rightfully, he's, the new international champion. Like, this is, like, the time to strap him up, and it worked.
We've been talking about it for a little bit now, too. It was before Ospreay won the title. We were saying that Takeshita should take that.
Yeah, like, I've been saying since he debuted, like, strap this guy up. He is money. Like, I don't think I've seen somebody who had, like, a very visible no limit ceiling, where it's just like, I don't know how high this guy can go.
Hell yeah. Damn it. I wish I'd watched this, like, in the moment. I wasn't able to. Was only able to watch highlights, but damn.
Yeah, this one demands your full attention. I cannot put this over enough. And then immediately following that, we got our these boys that have never had a pay-per-view appearance, been running the gamut on Collision, finally getting their time to shine. 2 out of 3 falls. Beast Mordos versus Hologram. Another one. Just, let's show these people why we're here type of match. These two,
Mordos is crazy, dude.
The spinning suicide dive he does in between the ropes, it's gravity defying. It's terrifying, and it looks just so fucking cool.
Man. Yeah, I'm watching this right now. The dude, like for his size, you don't expect him to do the things he can do. Now, hologram, yes.
Yeah. Hologram, yes. Beast Mordos, he's like the perfect base for a guy like Hologram and other luchadors. You know, like, oh, you want to do some crazy flippy shit? I got you. You know, I can catch you no matter where you're coming at me from flying.
Yeah, he's been growing on me. Honestly, I'm glad that they got a spot on the pay per view.
Yeah. No, just two more guys that you're gonna be like, I want them to have long careers because I can watch these guys wrestle for 20 minutes every week, no problem.
Dude, and they get some money behind Mortos, dude. Maybe his mask and shit will start having smoke come out of it and everything. Like,
yeah. And here's the crazy thing. I think it was like on Twitter or something like that, like a couple months ago. He posted a photo of just like cheekily kind of doing a little bit of emoji placement. And of course, like every other luchador on the planet, he's a handsome gentleman underneath that mask.
Oh, I bet he is.
Yeah.
I bet he is.
What was not
his beard
pretty,
alone is magnificent, dude.
Yeah. What was not pretty, but totally worth it, Darby Allin versus Brody King. Jesus. God damn. These guys were out there to murder each other.
Honestly, I feel like that's all Darby wants to do now is keep pushing it until he actually dies in the ring.
Yeah.
Like,
Brody King is more than happy to oblige that request. Like, he is ready to murder somebody out there.
Man.
One of the nastiest looking spots was probably one of the safest ones with the coffin drop to Brody King laying on top of the steel steps. Ooh, so good.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude, I'm watching that highlight now. He hits him twice with the coffin drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another, like, prime example of, like, two guys that should always wrestle each other. They're so good together. They got great chemistry. I love the stuff that they do to each other, like, outside the ring when Darby was at Hot Topic, like, last year, I think, and Brody King just showed up and powerbombed him through his merch table.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would like to see those two like paired up together, where they use each other to cause damage to the enemy while also causing damage to each other.
Yeah, like Brody King just cannonballing Darby into somebody.
Dude, I would love that.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Dude,
throw him up in the air and he coffin drops back down.
Like he does. Dude. Like what's that cheerleader launch where they hold him by the feet and just launch him straight up into the air?
Yeah. Darby's wearing like that short skirt. And he does like a splits up in the top, and then you see that he actually shit himself.
Okay, that'd be a little bit. No, Darby doesn't have that kind of fear in him. Come on.
No, he doesn't. You're right. But, sometimes you have the squidges, and, it happens.
Yeah, you take a wrong hit and just involuntary.
Yep. You're like, ooh, that was poop.
Next up was the Tag Team Championship, Private Party versus Bucks. They gave Private Party everything they could to heat this up right from the get-go. Like, they gave them the promo video package, the entrance, all of that. Not a bad match. I think Private Party is moving a little bit slower than I would like as far as, like, in the ring stuff. To really want me to see them get the belts, They're not.
Yeah,
terrible,
there was a bit where I actually thought they would be the ones to take the belts, but I actually think that's why I think the Acclaimed are going to end up being strapped.
Yeah.
I think once we get past this point of, because audience, if you didn't know, the Young Bucks did retain. I think that by the next pay-per-view, the Bucks are dropping the belts.
Yeah.
To the Acclaimed.
Yeah. Next one is Full Gear, I believe. That'll be a big show. I can see it already. The only thing that I don't know what you do with the Bucks right now, because like this EVP kind of heel run isn't quite connecting. Similar with the Jack Perry heel run, it's missing something. They started off out of the gate real good with it and being really kind of like crossing the line with their shenanigans. And I feel like they need something else. Like they need to push it farther. But, they're not slouches in the ring. They can still put on a great match. There's nothing wrong there. They're just not connecting quite right with their gimmick at the point.
Well, I think the moment they drop the belts it'll be the perfect time to change up the gimmick, maybe take a break, come back with something new. Maybe as they're exiting out for their break, they're like just like maybe a sequence of events like Jack Perry turning on them and everything.
Yeah.
Will force them to rethink, and they'll cut a promo like 6 months later when they're back with something different.
Yeah, with maybe some footage of them attacking Jack Perry backstage from a security camera.
Yeah, dude. Yes. Oh my God. Relive like the CM Punk moment, but have them come out on top.
Yeah, and then put him through some real grass.
Oh, dude, that'd be great. Yep. But something does need to happen, though. Yeah. I agree. It's gone stale for a while. We've talked about this, I think, even like a month ago, like how this gimmick has kind of plateaued out for a bit. So,
yeah, initially I thought they had some legs on it, but it just, I think they didn't have enough ideas for it is the problem. I think they had a couple of like, post-it notes written down of like things they could do as like EVP heels and like running the show, but it's not working. I think they got a little bit like worried about how they're going to present it, and they didn't go like fully invested into this idea. Like if they had done more things with maybe like taking over the show out of like Tony Khan's hands, but I think they wanted to scale back on that because they didn't want to like relive like was it Main Event Mafia and like TNA and like the NWO and WCW. I think they didn't want to go like fully into that realm, so they just like pulled it back, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, and I can understand, but I wouldn't have started it out at all like that, even in the first place, if I was even second guessing it beforehand, because like it's definitely very WCW for sure. But that was a little bit of a whistle. But yeah, I don't know. They need to do something different. Maybe like pull a Corbin and become bums for a bit.
Oh, like they have to like we get like footage of them selling their like special edition Reebok pumps like outside the arena, like to a fan to get some money for like, to make the next tour date or something like that.
Yeah. And like they're like hitting up Chris Jericho when he's not at the Capitol, which is easy. That's true. That's true. When he's not trying to find his wife at the Capitol, to like sell their cars and shit to him so that they can afford to eat. Then eventually one of them will sell the other.
To somebody like Orange Cassidy and the Conglomeration or something like that.
Yeah. But something. I don't get me wrong. That might not be a great idea.
Yeah.
But I need to see something new out of them at the end of the day. So
now you mentioned Chris Jericho, and this is probably the surprise of the night. But Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho, pretty decent. Briscoe brought out a good match in Chris Jericho, like in 2024. God, I'm happy Briscoe won. I did not want to see Chris Jericho with the ROH World Championship at this point in time, but they put on a decent match.
Okay.
Briscoe fucking man is just too good to keep down. I don't care what you do to him; he's gonna fucking rise above.
Yeah, I'm seeing the picture for it right now, and he's got them crazy eyes going on.
Yeah, like Jericho, like we've been saying for how long, he just needs to spend some time off TV and, come back. But I'm glad they at least, put over Briscoe. If they're going to use Chris Jericho in this capacity, put over somebody like Mark Briscoe who, like, people love. They just want to fucking cheer for him. The dude's too amazing. He's got too good of a story. And, God, he's such a good babyface.
I would much rather see him get put over than Jericho any day of the week. Even pre-January 6, 2021, when he was looking for his wife. I just feel like we're in that point of Jericho's career where he needs to put over the other talent.
Yeah.
Because he puts on a good show. Like, you know, my bias against him aside, he's still a great wrestler. So,
and the upside is with the whole like learning tree gimmick he's got going on right now is we're getting more TV time for guys like Big Bill and Brian Keith who are making the most out of it. And I applaud them for it because fucking Big Bill is banter. He's pure banter. Like that guy can make anything work, it seems like. And I want to watch him. I just do. Like whether it's in the ring, whether it's doing like promos or little shtick like that. Brian Keith being that guy who just shouts the last word of what somebody said during a segment is great. It works for me.
I feel like those two are going to end up getting betrayed by Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only going to put them over even more when it does happen.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So
people want to cheer for Big Bill, the Redwood. He's too good not to.
I mean, at the end of the day, Jericho has a tendency to kind of dick over his friends. Mm-hmm. So
it's a running theme with him. And
you know
what? The only person I think who ever got one over on him was Kevin Owens.
Yeah, who is also very good at dicking over his friends, which we can talk about in a little bit.
Yeah. But first, let's talk main event. Danielson versus Moxley. My God. This is like, I know we talked about how after All Out with, you know, Danielson getting choked out with the bag and then following it out with the lights out steel cage match was like, oh man, that was a dark show. We are continuing that theme with another dark ending. I loved a couple of things in the match itself. Number one, I loved Danielson's final countdown to just keep playing after his entrance, like New Jack style, and the match just, you know, going balls to the wall right off the bat. Goddamn, Danielson is the greatest wrestler alive. Jesus Christ, man. Like, going into this match, I thought Danielson, hands down, going to retain. And then they did the spot with the pile driver on the Spanish announce team's desk. And I got worried. And I thought, oh no, this is anybody's game now. And then they continued going until, like, just, it wasn't even like Danielson going out on his shield with a bang. It was just, let's make this as sad as possible. Like, let's take the air out of everybody's lungs and blast it out of the building so they can't breathe with how sad this is.
So I read some comments about this match in one of the highlights that I watched. And mind you, AEW had put out a tweet that had said that due to its graphic nature, they wouldn't be posting the post-match attack. That's how bad it was. So I had to watch it from like a fan's perspective. Yeah, brutal. Brutal.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that this isn't the last we're going to see of the belt being on Danielson. I think what is going to happen is down the road, he's going to take it back from Moxley, and it's going to be a more legitimate win because of it.
Now, okay, so a couple things, because you didn't see the full live show. And
no.
I've been keeping up with some stuff that happened post-show. Reportedly, this is all part of the plan because Danielson really does need surgery fucking badly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he wanted to, and the plan was Mox was going to take the belt off of him, and this is going to be his actual, like, you know, full-time retirement. Now, the things that you probably didn't see is, I mean, obviously we had Yuta turning on Danielson at the end of the match and the post-match beatdown. Couple of, like, key little details I liked. Mox just taking the belt, handing it to Claudio, who just throws it in a little fucking carry-on bag. Like, there's no gravitas to it, no respect. It's just in the bag. This is a fucking heist. This is game over. what happened then was, okay, Darby comes out to make the save with Yuta before the turn,
Mm-hmm.
and Yuta turns, knocks Darby to his ass with a Psycho knee. They duct tape Darby to a corner. Yuta is choking out Danielson with the bag. Different people have said that that was Darby shouting for Danielson. Other people are saying it was Yuta telling him just to stay down, and while he had the bag over his head, wasn't
Mm-hmm.
really clear during the broadcast, but read that into what as you will. And then eventually, the rest of the babyface locker room comes out with, Orange Cassidy, who earlier in the night got a pep talk from Jerry Lynn, just saying, like, dude, you have everything you need to be the guy, be the guy. And also, Daniel Garcia and the rest of the guys. So, and even fucking Adam Cole came out to help with the save. So that cements okay, he's going to be a face now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, part of the closing shot was Darby and Orange Cassidy on the outside of the ring looking on and just looking despondent. I honestly think this is the beginning of the build to either Darby or OC taking the belt off of Moxley. I think this is where this goes. Yeah.
That makes more sense, actually, then. I didn't know that he needed surgery that badly, so...
Yeah. He said this could be kayfabe, this could be a shoot. I don't know. That he probably shouldn't have done as many matches these past couple of weeks and past couple of months leading up to this pay-per-view. But apparently he's banged up. He is in desperate need of surgery, and this is why this is happening.
Man, all right. Well, shout out to him. Hopefully that surgery goes good. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
But I can see where you're going. I would like to see Darby be the one to take it. That would make a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, it feels like they're priming him for, okay, you have been, loyal to AEW. You've been putting in the work. I haven't seen Darby put on a bad match,
No, yeah. And ever since Sting's retirement, he's done nothing but rise. So even after getting hit by a bus.
I know. He's insane. I love him.
It's crazy.
So that seems where this is the next stage. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be Full Gear or World's End, but this was AEW Infinity War. Now we have to get to Endgame.
Yeah. Which I will have to watch. Hopefully I will be able to catch that one in the moment.
Yeah.
Instead of having to wait for Max to have everything in the back catalog.
That's not till next year.
I know.
Yeah, I'm hoping that my transfer of pay-per-views from Bleacher Report make its way to Triller. I started that process before the cutoff time, and so I'd like to be able to rewatch those maybe someday in the future. We'll see.
It'd be nice. That would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But the other thing on the show was Swerve. He was scheduled to make an appearance. He did. He comes out with Prince Nana, does, the Washington homecoming, hype, and only to be interrupted by who else but MVP and Shelton Benjamin, looking to pull Swerve to their side. And, they made some allusions to Prince Nana being responsible for, Swerve losing the championship, shit like that, trying to get Swerve to, come over to the I think they're going to go by the Hurt Syndicate is what they registered.
Okay.
And Swerve doing the unexpected thing and saying, no, Nana is family, and I don't turn my back on family, and telling MVP and Shelton Benjamin to kick rocks.
Hell yeah.
Now,
hell yeah.
A lot of people speculated that this is where Bobby Lashley was going to make his appearance. And I've heard, this is all hearsay, rumors, speculation, backstage gossip, that they didn't want to do it on this night because they had so many other things going on, and they want Bobby Lashley to get the full, they wanted that to be the headline story when he makes his debut.
Yeah, I would like that too. I think that's a smart plan. Or was a smart plan. I was how many matches and everything were going on. I wouldn't be surprised if the fatigue just kind of drowned that out to Like, oh yeah, and Bobby Lashley's here.
Yeah, I know. Like Bobby Lashley's, he's a goddamn beast. I want to see him with Shelton Benjamin just tear through AEW. Like we're talking about people to take the belts off the Bucks. Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley. Come on,
Dude. Have it be a steel cage match and have Bobby Lashley break one of the walls off.
dude. Just have him spear somebody through it and then pick up what remains and then bash them over the head with it.
Dude, have him like be like where like they have to climb out, and while the other guy's climbing out, he just runs through it. I'm outside. I did it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Why go up when I can go through?
Yeah, I mean, that's the Bobby Lashley way. He's a beast. There's a couple of notes about post-show. Apparently, Danielson has been legitimately without a talent contract for a number of months. He's effectively a free agent without any obligations to the company. Reportedly, he's been telling people in interviews and backstage he doesn't envision himself going back to WWE at this time. So he's probably just going to take some time off and, do whatever. Also, fucking legend Chris Hero is the one who produced the All-In main event with Swerve versus Danielson. And Swerve was adamant that he wanted to tap out to Danielson. He didn't want to pass out or anything else. He wanted to tap out to Danielson.
Hell yeah.
Show respect to Swerve for that.
Dude, for real. Damn. I would have been adamant on that too. You got to tap out for him.
Couple other things. Leo Rush has confirmed that he is once again all elite, so he's signed a new contract with AEW. Good on him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And what else was there? Meltzer had some flowers for Danielson. He said he knew he was going to be retiring this year, but it's so sad to actually watch it. One of the top few guys I've ever seen from King of the Indies to today. Been watching him for 23 years of being one of the best to ever do it. And even before that, as a masked rookie in Texas.
Man, like I hate that I missed this pay-per-view. Because I only got to watch a highlight there, a few of them, and that's not enough.
Yeah, I know, like, going into WrestleDream, people were saying, like, oh, okay, this card didn't look too strong and blah, 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 and shit like that. But I think people just need to learn the lesson that AEW pay-per-views don't miss. They just don't.
Like, there might be some middling stuff, but, like, it's still going to be good.
Worth. Yeah.
I was going to say, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's not like going to Bad Blood and having maybe 2 matches be an A.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. There's also some other stuff happening in the world of wrestling. I'm obviously Hurricane kind of stumbled up my ability to watch a lot of stuff. So I caught bits and pieces of Raw and SmackDown and whatnot. Highlights, of course, teasing Punk and Seth Rollins button heads again. Can't wait for that. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, so a little bit. After he runs through Bronson Reed.
If he survives.
Yeah. So I did see Raw this week and SmackDown. I rewatched them this morning.
All right. Yeah.
Sammy faced Gunther. And for the heavyweight championship.
Yeah.
And Sammy did not take it.
No, he did not.
No, he did not. It was. I'm sorry, but it's to be expected when it's on Raw. Like
before, like this year, they had a title change. Like they've surprised people.
Yeah, they did it with Jey Uso.
Yeah.
But still, not. I don't expect it with this belt to happen like that. They're gonna take it off him at one of the big shows. Especially now that it's pretty much a guarantee he's facing Cody at the Crown Jewel event.
Yeah, I think it was the WWE India team, or maybe it was the Saudi Arabia team on social media that posted the poster for Crown Jewel early. So we're kind of cemented in to what those event is going to shake out to be.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Good on them. I think it went a little too quick, the match overall.
Overall, yeah.
It was still a good match. Don't get me wrong, but I think it needed like maybe 5 to 10 more minutes to cook to sell me on Sammy losing and Gunther learning his lesson. I just didn't see that.
Yeah. Also, I kind of expected them to pull like a Bill Goldberg into the situation.
I was worried about that. I'm really glad he didn't show up. We had the CM Punk promo in the beginning, and that's where Seth came out.
Yeah.
And interrupted in a sense at the end. So Punk was already done. He was backing up to leave.
Yeah. Just a tease, you know?
I think it was a great promo.
Yeah.
Honestly, especially after everything that we saw at Bad Blood between those two. We needed this promo, to be honest with you. I think the line that stuck out to me the most that really kind of sells me on Punk not coming out of this like in a way where we all feel like this was a win-win. He goes, I'm alive, but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm a winner, but I don't feel like one.
Yeah, this is them kind of pulling things back from like the John Cena era. Because like during like John Cena's run as the face of WWE, he was, you know, Super Cena. He was indestructible. Like he would go and do like a crazy match that would, you know, be completely devastating. But, you know, he'd be back next week on Raw completely unscathed, you know, not a single scratch on him. Now they're starting to pull back on like, no, like these matches have impact and meaning and they hurt.
Oh yeah. Like, well, he had, he had some bandaging on his head. Like one in an X shape, and then he had one across his forehead.
His arm was taped up.
Yeah, and he was limping on his way out.
Yeah.
Like it really sold it. And I think it kind of was a nice refresher after that match, like where our palate's slightly cleansed. We can move on to the next rivalry, which when Punk is healed up, it's going to be Seth. I think we kind of called that the other week.
Yeah, I mean, it was more or less like us putting that out into the universe of like, please let this happen. You know?
Yeah. Because I don't see the Bronson Reed rivalry lasting that long for Seth. Maybe a month, maybe 2,
something like that. And you know that'll be fun still.
Oh yeah.
The other thing that I really loved was the good old fashioned Donnybrook match. I don't know how you can call it a good old fashioned when they've only had like 4 in total of them, but this was just like the white noise on top of the barrels. That was fun for me. And the rest of the shenanigans, but this was silly and a little bit over the top, but it was kind of fun.
I literally looked at my beautiful, wonderful, and amazing girlfriend Christina and said, "What the fuck is a good old fashioned Donnybrook match?" And I had to look this up, and I was like, "You can't call this good old fashioned when it's relatively new." Like you can call it a Donnybrook match. Am I still confused? Yes.
Yeah.
Would I accept that? Yes. But old fashioned now you came out to play. Now I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, and there was no whiskey in those barrels. There's no way.
They couldn't move those out there.
There's no way.
No, it's impossible.
Not that quickly. You would need a forklift. Hell no.
You know what?
And at least 3 taste testers.
Yeah. Oh, at least that. I do want to say, I think my favorite thing in the night, though, was Braun Breaker just spearing everybody.
Dude. So, okay. I was not the biggest fan overall of the Jay's defense match. I won't necessarily put it on both wrestlers, Xavier nor Jay. I don't think it was on them. I think this match needed more time to cook.
Yeah.
Especially when you have Kofi coming out in a onesie that's full of flowers. Like, you got to let this cook. But the best part was Breaker coming out and just fucking owning everybody, dude. Like, literally when Xavier was looking off trying to help Kofi and not paying attention, and then Breaker comes around the corner, he had legitimate fear in his eyes. And I would too, because like you know the bump's going to happen. Sure, you know it's going to happen. But I have to feel like when you see Sonic the Hedgehog coming around the corner at you, going 95 miles an hour, and yet still taking a 90-degree turn, like how can you not be afraid?
I know,
like
it's
seriously,
so good. It's so good. But this is like the side effects that we're seeing of Raw being 2 hours now.
Yes, I agree. This was too short. This needed 10 minutes more, in my opinion, this match.
Yeah. Like this and Gunther and Sammy, they needed more time to cook.
Yes. It's kind of unfortunate because you are seeing the wrestlers flounder from it with their rise. Because like Xavier, I feel like they're really trying to push a singles run for him right now. Maybe a true split from the New Day. We might actually see this happen.
Yeah.
This was not a way to push it over in my book.
No.
He could still lose to Jay. Don't get me wrong. He could still lose. But if they gave it 10 more minutes and make that loss like look good, then yeah, this would have been like an A+ match for me. But it was like a C+ B- for me.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, man. Like it's so unfortunate with WWE being as hot as it is right now and not having that extra hour anymore until this comes back. Like this is like probably like the worst time in their entire run to have less wrestling time.
So Hulu kind of gives the bag away a little bit. I believe it was an hour and 20 minutes is the full episode of Raw. Yeah. And with commercials, it makes it 2 hours. But it's an hour and like 20 minutes, man. That's not enough.
It's because like all the commercials that they had in the 3-hour block are now condensed into the 2-hour block. They didn't lose any of the commercials. They kept all of them and just cut back on the wrestling and the promos.
It's crazy to me. Like if there was ever a time for AEW to capitalize, it's right now. I know that AEW got kind of their butts beat by NXT recently. Yeah. Which is unfortunate. Don't get me wrong. But they need to see this as a moment right now to capitalize against WWE, because I feel like this is going to be an issue moving forward for a bit. Yeah.
Okay, so like the most recent reports haven't been good, but AEW needs fucking Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Like I need him back on TV like you wouldn't believe. The cleaner needs to inject AEW with just, we need more matches with storylines. I can provide that. We need to rehab the Bucks. I'm your man. We need Hangman to get back on track. Kenny Omega. We got to take the belt off of Moxley. Kenny by God Omega.
Dude, if there was ever a time to do another belt collector run with Kenny, this is it.
Yeah. Dude, like
have him go to New Japan, have him go to CMML, have him go to ROH, have him just start collecting belts, man.
Yeah, AAA, New Japan, All Japan. Hell, send him to Stardom. Get him in a mixed tag. Do that too. Fuck, dude. Fucking if they could somehow work it with TNA again, have him grab a belt from there too.
Dude, do it on a lower level like territory one. Where
GCW.
Dude. Oh, Kurt Angle's house. Yep.
Just show up in a milk truck.
Yep. Knock on the door. As soon as he opens it up, you just barrel in and start wrestling.
Which would be, God, dude. If Kurt Angle could still go, that would be Kenny Omega's like dream match. He's said so many times before that Kurt Angle is like his favorite wrestler of all time. And it shows. Yeah.
I read one of like the last like interviews. I didn't get to watch the interview. I just read it from Kurt Angle. They were talking about him coming back, and he had said, no, like I'm not built for it. Like, could I do it? Probably. Should I do it? No. And I agree with that. Like he's had his time. Let him come back as like a manager or something, you know, maybe take baby bumps, but it's unfortunate because I would love to see a Kenny Omega Kurt Angle match. I would love to see a Chad Gable Kurt Angle match. Again.
Dude, give me Perk Angle versus Chad Gable right now.
Dude.
Get me a time machine. Make that happen.
Oh, my God. Oh, have Kurt come back with, like, some old friends of his, too. Like, to rival American Made.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
dude.
That'd be so much fun.
So good.
We can dream. We can dream.
We can. There was a 10 women tag match that happened on Raw.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It was very middling. Again, this is the issue again. It needed more freaking time. These women needed time to cook. They weren't given the correct amount of time for this type of a match. It was too fast.
It was too fast. It felt unfocused. It didn't really resonate with anybody. I don't know like what this match was supposed to do. Like what was the goal of it? And it just like it's so forgettable. I already forgot about it. And we're talking about the show.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I felt bad. Like the only person that I was happy that came out on top of that I happen to remember was Selena Vega. And that's just because she stands out. Yeah,
I was watching Raw, and my beautiful, amazing, wonderful girlfriend was, kind of like zoning in and out. She was like doing other stuff at the same time while I was watching it. And like her biggest thing was Pure Fusion Collective doesn't look like wrestlers. Like they just look boring as shit.
It's so weird because you have someone like Shayna Baszler on there who on her own can be amazing if you give her like a proper storyline. But like, I feel like they're doing this on purpose to make them all look bad. Like it's annoying.
Yeah.
This could have been a main event match had they given this enough time to cook. I wouldn't doubt it.
I don't know about main event, but it could have been at least fun.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like you give these women some time to actually put a show together. Like I feel like you're going to get some freaking gold.
Just a shame. Just a pure damn shame.
It is. We've already talked about Gunther v. Sammy.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, like the constant issue is time.
Mm-hmm.
Time, and it's annoying for me because like I know we've talked about like, whoa, too much wrestling. We've talked about that before.
Oh yeah.
You can do less shows, but have them be 3 to 4 hours. Like I'm okay with that. But like a 2-hour show, hell no, nothing gets done.
Yeah, it's just for something like WWE, like a big as a business and machine that it is with the roster that they have, they actually do need to make better use of their time. It's just what it is. Like I don't doubt that they can make the 2 hours work. And yes, this is still, early and it's not permanent, but they gotta be doing something more. Just like they kept hinting at the Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens ordeal. I don't know if we talked about it, but at Bad Blood after the show, Cody got jumped by Kevin. Alex perfectly called it like a few weeks back. It's not a matter of if, it's just when. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we knew we were going to see it after that match, after Bad Blood. There was no way he was going to be able to hold it in. And the teasing is kind of annoying as well.
Yeah. That does lead us into SmackDown with Randy getting involved with KO and Cody. Fucking Randy being the voice of reason is so weird to me still.
Me too, brother. I like it though, because like no joke, like I was sitting there waiting for after what's his face called Randy the voice of reason and walked away, and the camera just kind of stayed on Randy and pulled in a little bit as he kind of shook his head. I was waiting for a devious like little smile or something,
or an RKO
or something, man, where it's like, okay, he's actually pulling the strings on all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he's like legitimately like my friends, man. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, it's like old man Randy Orton just being like the voice of reason, the calm, steady hand. It's so bizarre. It's like Bizarro World.
And yet, Alex, it's fucking refreshing. I'm not going to lie. It's really nice.
Yeah. Something that is not refreshing, and I can't believe they're still doing it, but Chelsea Green still smelling like a dumpster is an ongoing thing. Like, guys, come on. It's been over a week now at this point since that match. We're not going to buy this much longer. This isn't the Natalia farting gimmick all over again, is it?
I think it is, unfortunately, man. And it makes me mad because I really feel like she is someone who could be strapped up.
Yeah.
She has a way with the crowd.
She's got a way with the crowd. Her and Piper have great chemistry together. And she's doing the most when she's not wrestling. Like, even if she's at ringside, she's still hamming it up with the crowd. She's still working the camera. Like, she does not deserve this.
She doesn't. I was annoyed by it the other week, and I'm still annoyed that they're still holding on to it. Like, I get it. Make fun of her in the moment. Yes. But this is wrestling. Let's move on.
Yeah. Something that is actually moving forward, though, shouldn't be surprised, but Roman Reigns and the bloodline, like, we're getting somewhere now. Like, this is something that we've, been asking for since, WrestleMania, basically, and it's happening.
So before we get to the match, there was a promo spot done by Jimmy, and Roman comes out. And, everybody's putting up their ones like you do. And I think the biggest highlight of the night for me, and it was super like hardcore fucking just huge wrestling moment, but watching Roman have some humility and be like, acknowledge Jimmy. Like, and then when it didn't hit the first time, he was like, no. Don't you dare. You fucking acknowledge him. I was like, dude, like, we are getting the fucking Vegeta arc with him.
Yeah, like he's shown not just growth, but a maturity that, wasn't expected. Like the entire build to his persona as the tribal chief was the gaslighting, the manipulation, the pure just kind of like psychopath evil that he was able to inhibit. And to see this shift is like, this is what you want to see when you have like a character that needs to be updated or refreshed. Like, he's not abandoning who he was or is. He is evolving. He is changing. He is growing as a person.
Yeah, it's great. And you can tell like he's not fully changed, audience, because he still kind of holds on to a lot of his old ways. Like, we're the ones who are going to come out. We're the ones that are turn up. And Jimmy has to like remind him and be like, yo, bro, we're not the ones though.
Yeah.
Like, we don't got the power. We don't got the money. We don't got the bloodline. And I'm the only one that acknowledges you in the family. And like, holy shit, dude. This was like the most fucking wrestling promo we've had in a bit. And it was, and I love how like over Jimmy is right now. We were talking back around WrestleMania time where like we're like, what do they do with him? Because they clearly don't know. They know now, man. They know now. Like, this is great.
I love this dynamic of like Jimmy becoming Roman's like North Star, so to speak. Like, like he is like being like the guiding light for Roman of being like, look, Oos, like, we need help, like, we're not on top. We need backup, and I know who to get. Like, that is like storytelling at its finest with these characters of like, we're gonna foreshadow this, we're gonna give them an obstacle to overcome, and then we're gonna show you the way for them to get there.
Now, this is me theory crafting, audience. This is not real yet, but I believe there's some like actual potential for this happening. I don't think Roman is going to want to be the tribal chief once he attains the Ulalala or whatever it's called.
Ulafala.
Ulafala, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think I think like Vegeta, he will drop this and be like, I don't need to be this. I'm much more than I was before. And I think it's going to be because he doesn't stick to a bloodline of family. He makes a diverse family.
Okay. The Found family?
Yeah, man, because like his family turned on him. They don't acknowledge him. There's only one that does right now. We've seen him be able to work alongside Cody. Like, it can happen.
Yeah, successfully.
Yeah, and they looked fucking good doing it too. Like,
damn
astoundingly good. That was a really fucking good match on their end. So I don't know. I feel like we're getting like an evolved. Like, I mean, even Roman said it in the promo. He's like I'm not the guy that like comes up with the schemes. I'm not a wise man.
Yeah.
And mind you, he did kind of fumble the bag a little bit with this promo initially. But I loved how he was able to recover real easy by just kind of like giving like mean mugging the fucking camera.
I think that might be like this is me. This is my headcanon. I think that might have been intentional on Roman's part because, or maybe I'm just being hopeful. Like, it's showing that him as the tribal chief, as Roman Reigns, the character, has lost confidence in himself.
Okay. No, I could. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I can see that. I took it as like a blunder.
It definitely was, but that's like how I'm turning it in my head.
Either way, he capitalized on the moment. This was an amazing promo done by them too. I mean, Jimmy leaves him in the ring and walks out shaking his head like you really need to kind of see things for the way they are still. And we get to the match between Jimmy and Solo, man, and it's a good match, honestly. It was probably one of the better matches of the night, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Which is weird when it's Solo involved.
It feels like they're starting to find their footing with Solo and his bloodline. Jacob Fatu is the best person they've signed in a long time. That dude is so damn good at everything.
That dude is primed for a belt run away from the bloodline already. Like, no joke. Like, I'm waiting for him and Braun Breaker to fucking go at it. Like, for real.
They are priming him for the Batista face turn on Triple H. That's gonna hit like crack, dude. When that happens,
I would love that.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, I would fucking love that, dude. He's so crazy. On SmackDown when they were bullying Jimmy at the end, I'm no joke. I thought he might have fucking like sprained his fucking ankle or whatever again.
Yeah.
Because he pulls Jimmy down off the top rope and he slams his balls down and he falls off the side of the ring backwards towards the camera and you don't see him for a little while. I'm like, oh fuck. Did he like snap his ankle on that fucking like 2-foot drop? Like, no. And then you see him a little bit later and he does like this fucking snap fucking Hurricanrana off the fucking top rope and just fucking smashes Jimmy. Dude. Like, this dude needs to be on his own.
Dude, the fact that the Usos are so over right now after like 16 years of being in the company is mind-blowing to me. Because, I mean, there was a long time. It was just them and the New Day trading the tag belts back and forth for fucking years. And
which was fun.
That was fun. Yeah,
it was fun.
They had chemistry in the ring. Like, you can't blame them for wanting to run that back as many times as possible because they can put on a good match together. But the level of where Jay and Jimmy are at right now is so great to see. Like, this is the transformation of like Cody Rhodes from Stardust to now American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Like, there is like you could have laughed them off as a joke earlier on their careers, and no, they have fucking paid their dues and is paying off in dividends.
I would say all the way up until Brother v Brother, that final bit, it was like, what are they doing? And now, I mean, Jimmy right out the get go, man, being the center headed one, the cool and calm one. seen things for as it is. Fucking Jay out there fucking slamming it, dude. Intercontinental fucking yeeting it up.
Dude.
Like,
Yeet.
I want him to hold a belt for a long while. Like, for real. I know this last match was not like a great match, but like there's just something about how he runs things for himself and his character and with the audience. It's hard not to have fun. Like,
Yeah.
It's
He's
great.
got that power, dude.
Dude, Jimmy came out and people were yeeting for Jimmy.
Yeah. No yeet.
On this. It was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching people still yeet for him, even though it's like no yeet. It's like that's how much they love these two right now.
Dude, and I do also want to give a shout out to Solo for it seems like he's finding his voice as being just like on the mic itself. I think he's finally getting to that point, and I'm starting to dig his chirping in the ring. Like he's starting to find it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, that was it right there. Like that, throwing that out there.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like when he was yelling at Jimmy when Jimmy was laying against the ropes, he's like, "You will acknowledge me," and he like points at the crowd. You all will acknowledge me, dude. That slapped so fucking hard because you could hear him from the cameras, dude. It was perfect. It was perfect.
That and fucking Jacob shouting how much he loves Solo.
That will never not be funny for me.
Too good.
He has to know that takes the piss out of the moment because that is hilarious every time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because most of the time he's like this.
Yeah. The other thing on the show that we should probably talk about was Carmelo Hayes and LA Knight.
Yes. Not a bad match.
No, I mean it was good performance in the ring.
I think it was missing that je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
I think they were just starting to hit it at the end when LA Knight hit the BFT.
Mm-hmm.
That moment was great. Like I'm okay with that still being the ending, but we needed something more leading up to it. Like,
yeah,
because you have a guy like Carmelo who will sell the shit out of your moves. Like, give them some more time.
Yeah, that was kind of the story of like WWE this week, because even like the women's tag match with Bianca Belair and Jade versus Last Legend and what's her name, Jakira?
Yeah, Jakira.
Yeah, like they haven't been on TV in front of the main roster audience barely at all, and you give them that short of a match, like you're not going to get people to like connect with them,
Yeah, and like unlike the LA Knight Carmelo Hayes match, I still more remember the women's tag team match because despite what little time they had, I feel like they all made the most of it. Jackson and Legend are great together, man. Like they work real well. They play the crowd real well. I could see them having the belts maybe next year if they keep up with this rate and they get to have more time on screen.
Yeah. Like the most memorable thing about this was Kevin Owens interrupting their entrance to bitch about Cody.
That annoyed me. That really annoyed me because like the women already are still trying to earn their place more and more still, like don't get me wrong. It's come leaps and bounds over the last couple decades, but like women still don't get as much screen time always, even though there is more of an emphasis on it now. And to take away from them, if they were going to take away from a match, they should have done it from the LA Knight Carmelo Hayes match, man. Like, and let that moment play out there instead of taking away from these women. They already only have a short amount of time.
They only have a short amount of time. Although the idea of like Kevin Owens not being able to hold his tongue and just, grabbing a mic and running out there makes sense for me for his character,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree. Especially him going over to the announcer table and grabbing the headset because they cut the mic. Like it was perfect.
Yeah.
I just feel like that could have played out in LA Knight's match because we got 5-6 minutes for the tag team match, and maybe not even that. Like most of it was taken up by Cody coming out to go beat the crap out of Kevin.
Yeah.
And then Randy being the voice of reason and taking a clean one right to the jaw.
That, and then what was the other thing that happened? Oh yeah, there was just an impromptu match with Naomi versus Nia Jax that started during the commercial break.
That annoyed the crap out of me, man. Not only did it start during the commercial break, another commercial break hit right in the moment where we were about to see Naomi do some good shit.
Yeah.
It pissed me the fuck off. Like, this whole timing thing, man, it's so annoying. Like, I've harped on it this entire episode, but it's bothering me, especially for someone like Naomi, who I think deserves to have the belt over Nia right now.
Yeah. Like, that would be a much more interesting match of, like, Nia versus Liv at Crown Jewel, in my opinion. Like, Naomi and Liv. Like, I think that would be much more interesting than Nia versus Liv.
Same here, because if you're going to try and get one over on Naomi, like, good luck.
She's too quick.
Like, she's way too quick. And if for heaven forbid, if she decides to bring Judgment Day out with her, Jade and fucking Bianca are coming out. And I'm sorry, but I don't think this iteration of Judgment Day, even with Finn Balor, could take on Bianca and Jade Cargill. Like, those two are fucking monsters, bro.
Yeah. No, like, it's a shame that they're a tag team right now, because the tag team women's division does not get any love in WWE.
No, and I do believe they're going to take the belts off them too once they raise Jade up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think the only reason that they still have the belts right now is because they are going to do that inevitable turn for one of them.
Yeah. And I'll be seated for it. Don't get me wrong. I'll be there for it.
If I had to put my money on which one it would be, Jade.
Oh yeah.
Personally, I think Jade would be the one to screw over Bianca. So
easy choice.
Yeah. But it pisses me off though, because like for someone like Naomi, she deserves a longer match that's not interrupted by so many fucking commercials, man.
Yeah. And she deserves like at least like a main event match here and there on a weekly show every once in a while, or at least opening something.
Yeah. Like, okay. The other thing, this was a perfect moment for Tiffy to fucking cash in again, man.
Yep.
It's pissing me off. Like, she got thrown by Nia. Like, she grabbed her by her throat, like, viciously again. Dude, this shit's like fucking traumatizing over and over. Like, Tiffy needs to do something, dude. Like, for real. Because this is wild. This is no joke. Now, granted, she did actually grab her leg when she was climbing to the top rope. She did actually get some revenge. But, like, cash in. I know that she didn't bring the briefcase out. I know that. But it's like, fuck, man.
Didn't
like,
Raquel grab it from her? Isn't that what happened? Didn't Raquel?
Oh, no, she did. No, you're right. No, yeah, she did. No, you're right. She did.
Yeah.
It was the promo spot before when they were walking together where she didn't have it with her yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Nia. I think she's come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
I just think she should be an intermediary belt holder for the next person who's going to have it for like a year or more.
Yeah, I mean, she does have like all the makings for just being a transitional champ, but this run is going too long.
It honestly, and you can tell it is by the way she treats Tiffy, man.
Yeah, they're just spinning their wheels of just like, well, we're gonna keep this going, keep this going, keep this going.
Nia holding the belt is literally the equivalent to Nia's abusive relationship with Tiffy. That's how we all feel.
Yeah, we're tired of it.
We're getting choked. I'm about to cash in this motherfucking briefcase, motherfuckers. Like that's where it's at.
Yeah, everybody just needs to move on.
Yep.
Oh man. Now there is something that's been happening on some of the live shows, because I think WWE's in Europe right now. They're running Gunther versus Chad Gable for the championship during the live shows. So that might be a tease to something that we might see on our screens in the near future.
I would like that actually a lot. Gable deserves to have a belt on him, man.
Dude, he makes the most out of whatever trash they give him. Even if it's actually something good, he makes it even better.
Honestly, having him and American Made be like the linchpin to help put over the Wyatt Six, I think that alone proves it. You could put anything in front of him, and even if it's already gold like that is, he helps make it better and sell it.
Dude, it's Brutus Creed, right? I think the Creed brother that just does the fucking laughing and calls people nerds. That's my shit right there. That's so goddamn goofy fucking wrestling dumbass heel shit. I love it.
Dude, it's like 80s Revenge of the Nerds, all that type of stuff where like you're stereotypical bad guy in all the right ways. All the right ways.
Oh, dude, I love it. But like, I mean, what do you want to say for like the final word of like the wrestling we've had this past week? WWE, lack of time is, let's give them a grace period, okay? Like, it's the first time that they've had to do it. Let's go easy on them, but it's showing like its downfalls in the first week. They probably should have planned it a little bit better. That's all I'm going to say.
Just do less matches.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Do less matches and have more time for the ones you do have.
Yeah. And fucking AEW, man. Like, this is a precarious situation that they put themselves in because they've got to stick the landing. They've done something where, like, a couple of shows now, they have not sent the audience home happy. Like, the bad guys have won, and not a glorious way. They've made it scary. They've got to nail the triumph here.
So I think with AEW, in some ways, they're having the opposite issue, in my opinion, from the regular TV and even the pay-per-views. Actually, I will say that audience fatigue has been a real thing for a little bit now. Since honestly, since the cage match between Swerve and Paige, man. Give us a little bit less. Just a little bit on some things, a little bit less on some things, and push some other things a little bit more, and utilize that time that you got to not make us too tired by the end.
Yeah. Honestly, what I would say is, I'm all for wrestlers getting paid and getting their paydays on a big pay-per-view. Let's cut the pre-show in like half, and then let's lose like one match from the main card at least.
Maybe two, actually. I would argue two, personally.
Yeah. I'm just saying, start off with one at least.
Yeah, and give the other ones more time to cook where needed. Like, I think that's a continuing problem for AEW, and that's part of the reason why some of these are not sticking as well, is there's too much going on. Just too much.
Yeah, like it's the ebb and flow of a live show. You know, you gotta give people a breather so they can get up for the big moments.
Maybe cut a match and add like 2 or 3 promos.
Yeah.
Or some pre-recordings or something.
Something like that. It's any way you shake it, they just need to tighten it up a little bit. Tighten it down.
Yeah, because like losing to WWE is one thing, but then losing to NXT division, like, oh, that's embarrassing.
Let's not give NXT too little credit because they have been cooking.
Yeah, dude. No joke. I think it's the big reason why they're cooking so much is because of fucking Trick Williams, man.
Dude.
He's got me watching NXT. I don't watch NXT normally, guys. I really don't. Alex knows this. Like I just skip over fucking NXT. I'll look at some highlights. Trick's got me watching fucking NXT, man.
You know what else gets me to watch NXT? To see what stupid fucking thing Lexus King has done to his facial hair and hair. Because my God.
Yeah, I will agree. Yeah. I was trying to think of some words to say, and I can't. Like, yeah. I think the only other reason why I would tune into NXT is when you get to see some of the other wrestlers come over.
Yeah.
Like Punk came over recently.
Oh yeah, him doing the special referee match. I loved. It's so bizarre to me, but it's hilarious. I'm assuming you saw on the social media of him running his outfit by Triple H and Shawn Michaels first before the show. It doesn't make sense in my brain, but it's too great not to enjoy.
I love it, dude. I love it. Like, this is like insider wrestling. This is insider baseball, brother.
Yeah.
Like, it's just good shit. Like, Punk will forever be my favorite. I think he is wrestling. Like,
he gets it. Like, he's like, if anybody got wrestling that, you could point to on a map, you would go CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page.
Yep. And Paul Heyman.
Oh yeah, Paul Heyman. Oh my God. Dude has got a chokehold on the wrestling culture.
You know what, Alex?
Yeah.
I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
Me too. Since day one. Paulie Dangerous.
Since day one. I wanna bring back the ponytail, personally.
Just
especially if he brings back the hat. Yeah,
the hat
dude.
with the ponytail sewed in.
Yeah, dude. Oh, come on, dude.
He pulled it out for the Hall of Fame. Let's have him do it again. Bring out the 2 giant cell phones too.
Dude, if for like this final run where Cena's going to come back, he needs to be in Punk's corner and dress like this and bring out the old brick phones and everything, dude. Oh man.
Somebody posted online the highlights from the match where Punk and Cena were like, it was clear, like, nobody like gave a fuck, and they weren't paying attention, and they were just like, oh no, we're gonna do some wild shit because fuck you guys, you can't touch us. Like the pile driver that had been banned, Cena doing a fucking code red, or no, he did a Canadian destroyer, the fucking Hurricanranas. It's insane, dude.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I love having access to that kind of stuff in this day and age.
Same here. And I'm expecting some great coming from both of them, actually, now that Cena's going to be doing his final run soon. I'm expecting that to either start or end with Punk, or both, maybe.
Yeah, there's got to be some Punk. There's got to be some Randy Orton in there. There's got to be something with Roman.
Whoa, where Roman cuts a promo on fucking John Cena, and he's like, bitch, I'm the one who fills these seats. Like, they just come out here to boo you.
Just fucking send him to the nether realm.
Dude, oh my fucking God, it needs to happen. He needs to reversal that shit now. This is the time, man. This is like his Vegeta arc where he has to overcome himself, where he's like, I came out here originally to diss the fuck out of you. I was going to tell you were the worst, and these people came out to only boo you, but I'm better than you, so I ain't going to do that.
I need somebody to send Roman Reigns the Vegeta pink button-down bad man shirt immediately.
Dude, the dad shirt, brother, yes. Dude, oh. Like this is like straight up the Vegeta run for him, man. This is the Vegeta arc. I don't see it any other way, man.
It's the only way it can end. Come on.
Seriously.
Yeah. Also, I want to throw out something else. I know last week I sent out the challenge to the community with, the night off posters, night shift posters in the audience at live shows or taped shows. I'm also going to throw something else in there. If you wear any of our merch to one of these shows, you'll also qualify for the friends and family discount for life. It will.
We
not
need
expire.
a picture though. We need to see that shit. Though.
Yeah. Like
timestamp.
Yeah, you take a screenshot, tag us in it on social media at nightoffpod, or email it to us at nightoffpod@gmail.com. We need the proof, but you do it, you're a night shift commander for life. We're going to have to put rankings in order for the night shift.
It's amazing to me. Like, I'm like a co-founder, and yet a night shifter, a night shifter, someone who works 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. gets the family and friend discount on demand to them at any time they want. Whereas I have to keep asking you because I can't fucking remember it.
God, I love it. But on that note, let's wrap up for the day. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the engagement. We really appreciate it. And let's watch some more wrestling. Until then, let's say goodnight, Derek.
Buenas noches, night shift.
Yeah, I got to break it to you. I'm sorry, Derek. We don't have a lot of Spanish language listeners. We may need to amend that to our friends across the pond who listen.
Okay. Fancy a bottle of water?
Chip, cheerio. How about some beans on toast, mate?
Dude, beans on toast. That's fucking Britain's fucking aloha. That means hello and goodbye.
It does.
Man, comment down below with your favorite British idioms.
Yeah, mine is let's go for some cheeky Nando's.
Dude, some cheeky Nando's, brother, with some peri peri sauce.
Yeah. Go on a run to Macca's after.
Dude, fucking love that commercial. I had to show Christina that shit.
Hell yeah, dude. But we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.